Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening's scene takes place in Agrabah Nights as a handful of mages who have recently vested control of a certain deity from the hands of the Technocratic Union race through the back alleys and the side streets. Above them, they can see the overarching shape of the of the Behemoth, a huge Technocratic supership in the umbral space. Needless to say, they know that they are the quarry and that the hunt is very much on. In the distance, they see the lights and the familiar scenery of Agrabah Nights. They will race towards it with all due haste. The poor, bedraggled bouncer who waits outside the door to welcome Magi to this place of comfort has just frankly lost his wit with the universe, because whenever people run into his establishment, it generally means the establishment itself is about to be immolated, frozen solid, or in some other way destroyed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is just Tuesday. So, with this in mind, there will be a small handful of people already seated in Agrabah Nights. I will introduce them first, and then we will move on to those who will be bursting through the door. So, Vince, you're up first. You're out for a lovely evening. How are you doing? You doing good?
Yep. He has his satchel on his hip. He's coming in. Classes have been pretty rough, and now that winter break is over, he's back into the swing of things. So he's coming here for a little bit of relaxation and festivity.
Okie dokie. Also in here, we will have Maximilian. Oh no, Maximilian was on the thing. My apologies. We will have Peter. Peter is also in here.
One question,
One
Evan.
answer. Yes.
Are there any like open flames or here at Agrabah Nights?
There are candles on tables.
Oh, all the candles in the whole room suddenly blaze brightly. I have echoes.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
So Peter, what you doing?
Peter has entered the establishment as he did so many times before, and he can't help but feel a certain unease about him that he can't quite put a finger on as he lounges around the room.
Okay. Those are the only two new people. So, in very short order, bursting through the door into Agrabah Nights proper will be a motley collection of individuals, more than likely with well, more than who. Actually, this is a fair statement. Who amongst you would like to come in first, please? I don't mind.
Is the Monkey King with us at the moment?
Yes, he is currently being dragged by Darcy.
All right, so
Or they are currently being dragged by Darcy.
So I'll follow behind Darcy then.
Okay.
Let's push Darcy in through the door.
Gets pushed.
But yes, they have not let go of your hand, mostly because you haven't really told them to.
Okay, that's fine. Hold on to them.
Oh. So you, those of you who are just gathered in Agrabah Nights will see Darcy, someone who you may know, may not, being pushed in through the door. She is holding the hands of two individuals, one of whom is a being who's dressed primarily in white and yellow. He takes the form of a monkey-like human, so you can see the various kind of obvious apoid features on his face, and he has the symbol for life and energy, aka Yang, tattooed on his head. The other one is dressed in black and purple and is identical to the other, but has the symbol, the dark symbol for the end, entropy, and many other things of Yang or Yin tattooed on his head. They both, if any of you are looking at them in a spiritual context or have any sights active, they appear to be kind of ragged and bleeding, as if both of them have literally been ripped apart, as if two holes have suddenly been torn to shreds. So their spirits are very frayed at the edges and constantly leaking almost ephemeral blood.
Puts down my drink. walks over to the monkey. What happened to you? Like, my word.
Oh, we don't know, I'm afraid. The white one says before the dark one will answer. Yeah, it's something of a mystery. What can we say? But then again, these things happen, I think. I'm sure, maybe.
Affirm, like, no. Like, he just shakes his head, like, no.
The rest of you will all crowd. Oh, sorry, Maya, you were also in Agrabah Nights. I can fucking brain. I thought you were on the last one. I have had brain failure. My apologies.
It's okay, because as soon as she sees the Monkey King, she's just gonna grab a martini and be like, yo, what the fuck? Kind of sprawl over and be like, bro, what the hell happened? How the hell did it happen?
Oh, I'm sorry, miss. Do I know you? Do we know you, rather?
I
What?
knew you when you
Yeah.
were 1? Or yeah. Are they splits? Does Monkey King have a twin brother? I don't remember reading about that. Bro,
Well,
the fuck.
hi. Darcy's still kind of holding on to both of them.
Oh, hey, Darcy.
So, probably there's someone, well, no, not probably, there's most definitely someone who can explain this way better than I can. But
Sure.
something with like technocrats, and they got him captured somewhere on Jupiter in that ship that's now hanging here in the sky.
Oh, by the way, if you guys look out the window, because like if you've been here for the evening, you wouldn't have seen. There's a technocratic ship hanging above the city.
Oh,
And yeah, they had him captured, and we tried to set him free, and then we did set him free, but they kind of did this to him, and he doesn't know really much about anything prior to this, I believe. And yeah, that's kind of shitty.
Gala fucking apple pie. Okay. You know, we're gonna step away from the windows. Yep.
oh God.
Bye.
Yep.
Gonna
So we
step
basically
away.
Men in Black. This guy is what we're saying.
Kind of rubs one of the Monkey King's head, like, in that sad, like, we're gonna get these people. Don't worry about it. Like,
He kind of looks
So-
down. Like, he doesn't seem to mind the touch, but he kind of looks. There's no emotion in the face. It's like, huh.
So,
Continue.
so
Okay,
I
okay,
believe we kind of need to get him back together again before he
Oh yeah.
doesn't
We need
have
to take
time
him on a
anymore.
journey.
He knows what he's talking about.
It's not as easy as saying, "Hey, we're getting the band back together." It's like,
Well,
No, it's
sort
not
of.
that simple. But we're gonna have to take him back to the Jade Court, and from there we're gonna have to.
but would they help him, considering he's not necessarily their favorite person over there?
He's an august personage.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
but-
There is only one august personage. They both say that in unison.
What's the term that I'm looking for, Evan? That means that he's a god.
He's a god.
He's one of their pantheon.
Yeah,
But even with him split, he technically still exists. I don't
But
know if
he's
they'd see
slowly
this as a
not.
bad thing.
well, since he's slowly not existing, certain things that he personifies are not existing, which could very well kill all of the Fey folk.
How would it kill all of the
Dragon.
favorite?
Adventure is leaving
I mean,
as he
Okay.
dies.
Okay. Darcy, what were you trying to say? 1 sec.
well, I'm thinking we don't have a lot of time, and I mean, if there's a lot of theory here that I don't understand, I completely understand, because I know I'm kind of stupid, but I don't think we should be talking about Fey folk and talking about how to get that
How to fix him?
yeah, because there's not a lot of time, I believe, and so I mean, we can always ask them, right? That there's no harm in asking them. Maybe the dragon knows something.
when
Haven't
you ask
spoken to him in a while.
when you ask creatures like that for favors, they usually want things in return. But
I mean, last time I just had to sing a song. It wasn't that bad. kind of a surprise, really.
And
Usually, when
sometimes
you
it's not a song.
for small favors, possibly for bigger favors like reuniting a spirit, the price gets deeper and heavier. Become implied.
That's if they want to help him.
That's a big if.
That is a big if. Like, he is great, but they don't necessarily see it as him being great, which makes sense given the whole pantheon. But still, it doesn't hurt to ask. But maybe we should have a backup plan.
Evan.
Don't you think that there might be a chance that he may be able to fix himself?
Then he needs to know how.
Evan, question for you. Can I PM you? Can I PM you it? Or would you rather me just talk because you're not paying attention to your PMs?
I'm not paying attention to my PM, so just asking the thing.
Fair enough. If I wanted to put him back together, what spheres would that be?
You see, the problem is that you don't actually know what's wrong. You get the fact that he's been ripped in two, but you don't know if it's just a simple matter of putting him back together, or if you also don't know if anything is missing.
All right. So if I wanted to take a closer look to like ascertain these things,
spirit. Spirit, mind.
okay.
Spirit, mind, and prime.
What would you set my diff at?
It would be a level 2 rote, or it'd be a level 2 effect. So it's fast casting. It will be a coincidental, so that would be 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6.
Gotcha.
You can lower it via whatever means you like.
Burning 2 quint. And yeah, I'll burn 3 quint. And I will roll.
Okay.
Spending a point of willpower.
You do that.
Alright, well. Laura? I'm in the wrong dice roller. Dice roller not wrong.
There be.
I don't know.
Did you succeed?
Dice roller isn't like responding to me for some reason.
Is it just doing that thing where it's being really slow?
I think so.
There's your roll. That's 3 successes.
4 successes with willpower.
Yeah. Okay, I can tell you this immediately. So the Monkey King, when you've experienced him before, has had a special kind of inner light. That basically you could call it his spark of divinity, his divine spark. And that's gone. Something's taken it.
His spark is gone. It's not a matter of putting him back together, Vince will say.
What do you mean spark?
Usually divinity or creatures like this have sparks.
Oh, his
that has their spark that makes them divine. His divine is gone.
Shit. So even if we mash him back together, he still wouldn't be him.
Yeah. So it would be a question of they're having him reacquire his divinity or getting it back from whoever took it.
Didn't the Monkey King have to go through like a series of trials or something to get his divinity? Something like that?
Did.
I don't know. They might have him do it again. This time harder.
Yin Yang of Monkey King.
And for the sake of ease, why don't you just call me Yin, and you can call me Yang.
Yin and Yang, when you aren't together, can you still cast the magic that transports you and others to various places?
I don't think we can do anything, can we? Well, we haven't tried, to be fair. Should we try? That could be interesting, I suppose. You see, Yang closes his eyes. Sorry, Yin closes his eyes and concentrates for a moment. Everyone take a level of unsoakable ag damage.
Ow.
Ow.
Well,
Okay, that was
No,
freaky.
no, no.
Motherfucker.
There's a pulse of energy that if you're looking at him through Prime Sight, you can see. He's building up for another stronger one now.
no, let's not do that.
This. What did you have him try to do?
Tried to have them move us together, but when only one of them tries,
I don't think he has the capabilities to do that.
Yeah, that hurt.
Alright, so... can... let's try it this way then. Can I have a correspondence spirit? I like to use correspondence in spirit to see if such things just don't vanish. So... I'm pretty sure there's a trace somewhere. Would I be able to lock in on it?
Make me the roll. I'll give you an answer.
Okay.
It'll once again be an Irritate 2 effect, so it'll be difficulty 6.
Another point of willpower.
Cool.
Taking its sweet time today.
Yeah. Hey, the Rolls room is working at least.
I was going to say, if it's going to be asininely slow, just use your own dice rollers or something. I don't really care that much. Chances are it'll kick back into existence at some point.
Okay. Alright. Give me a minute. Two successes.
Okay. Yeah. His spark of divinity. You see a golden thread that connects the two of them together, and it goes from there where their hearts would be, links together and weaves around one another before going out like a chain through the window and up into that ship.
That answers that question. It's on the ship.
Of course it is.
Where else would it be?
I will remind you guys, because it is something that is interesting, and it was written in an IC report that you all got. The Behemoth apparently destroyed an Etheratic fleet that was sent to attempt to apprehend Cypher 9, and the way it was described, the last thing the ship reported was an aura of golden light.
Can I just sigh? Because that's what I feel like I should be doing right now.
For the record, Saskia, everyone knows that.
Oh no, she doesn't know that. She does not know that.
Okay.
Darcy doesn't read bad news.
Well, according to this dice roller, I got 5 successes, but it's up to you.
That's fine. It's not the exact same thing, basically.
Okay. So,
FM? I'm not quite sure if I can do this, so you can say yes or no. But could Darcy potentially look into the future to see what sort of need to happen in order to restore the Monkey King?
Do you possess time 2 and do you possess entropy 2?
No, I only have entropy 1. God damn
If you have
it.
entropy 2, you can actually look into the future, but with that new, unfortunately,
Yeah.
not.
Okay, then yep, nope.
We know what you're going to spend your next month's XP on. It's fine. Don't worry about
Oh
it.
yes.
However, Darcy, you do think you might know one of the only people in the city who could help you.
Well, that was going to be my next thing, yeah. So as everybody is kind of like doing the magical thing, and Darcy's just thinking like, okay, probably what I'm going to do is not good enough anyway. So she's just going to, try and find somewhat of a quiet spot, which means she will stop holding the monkeys because everybody's kind of centered around those. And it's just gonna make a phone call. Does she have his phone number actually?
You don't. You have the number of the takeaway he works at.
Fine as well.
All right. Hello, Szechuan Palace. May I take your order?
Hello, it's Darcy. I don't know if you know me, probably not.
Oh yes, honored Miss Darcy. It is a pleasure to speak
Oh
to you.
no!
I think you killed him.
That was random.
She's not calling that person. Don't worry. If Lord Sideshow showed up, does it all just get like 10 times worse? It's a different dragon, a nice dragon.
That's fair. That's fair. I can breathe now. Continue.
Yeah, he said Szechuan Palace, not what's it, the Palace of 1,000 Pleasures or something.
Temple of 10,000 Happinesses.
Yes, same shit.
We need to get on that and kill that dude, but beyond that.
It's a plan.
Oh no. But yeah, no. Darcy was like, no, please don't call me that. I'm not really that honorable thing stuff.
But you're responsible for making grandfather feel well again. How could I ever think of you as anything but the hero that you are?
No, I'm not. But that was is your grandfather there by chance?
Oh yes, he's right. He's preparing the dinner special.
Would he have some time? I mean, I know it's just me, but do you have some time to talk to me? Maybe.
Oh, absolutely. Hang on one moment.
Call back?
You then get this wonderful. Evan's not going to do the kind of the wonderful old person on the phone thing, where it's like they talk way too loudly because they're clearly half deaf.
Oh no.
Hello.
Hey, it's Darcy.
Miss Ellsworth, it is very good to hear from you again. Yes.
Right. I was wondering if you could maybe help with something.
What seems to be the problem?
Well, the Monkey King is split in two.
There's a kind of a what?
Yeah. We have two halves of a Monkey King now. Would that be two Monkey Princes? Probably. I don't know. Would you have time to...
Evan, is he having a heart attack?
One of his 12 hearts is in fact having an attack. Yes, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
What are you, Miss Ellsworth? I will be there immediately.
Agrabah Falls. Do you know that place? I can come and get you.
No, I shall be there momentarily.
Okay. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your daily business. But
this is far more important than duck fried rice, I assure you.
Somebody needs to slap him on the other side. There's nothing more important than duck fried rice.
Well, especially not Darcy, but luckily this is not about Darcy.
The phone will go dead. Approximately 30 seconds later, there is a sound of the clapping of thunder.
Yeah.
We have visitor. Don't hurt him. He's here to help. Please,
Um,
sorry, people. Sorry.
You guys can see a very small old man walking up the stairs of Agrabah Nights, leaning very heavily on a cane. He must only be about 5 foot even. Like, he is tiny. He's leaning very heavily on his stick as he walks into the room, and he will say, "Ah, cha cha cha! Oh, so many young faces. I am so sorry if I have kept you waiting."
Evan's spirit sight tells me that he's not a very old man, is he? He's something else.
So, spirit sight tells you he is a fully blown dragon with thunder
Oh,
and
shit.
lightning, with thunder and lightning crackling around him.
All right,
I
so
go-
that's a deal and bow.
I'm going to assume that live side only shows me that he's alive, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The creepy thing on the live side is he is in legitimately 100% teetotal perfect health.
Peter, he's like he jerks his head a little bit and looks puzzled at this. Like,
What about Prime Side?
How would it look under prime side? It would look like, oh God, why are my eyes hurting? Oh God, why am I looking straight at the sun?
I go and get the old man a chair.
See, I like this young man. He is very good. Thank you, son. Yes.
Would you like some tea while we discuss business?
No, thank you. No, oh dear, dear.
Are you sure you don't want tea? She says, pointing to the two Monkey King halves.
I think I will require something stronger than tea.
The Azir like holds up like his like flask of rum that he got from Usagi-san.
He will knock back the rum.
I don't know.
He will then put the cap back on and he will say, "I sense that there is a story here to tell me. I would very much like to hear this story."
The Monkey King went missing some 4 days ago. I believe that's right, Evan. And when he went missing, Pigsy sent word to many people that he knew to be awakened to help him find the Monkey King. It turned out that the Monkey King was on board the giant technocratic spaceship known as the Behemoth, which is, as you can see outside, and very much looking for us. And they had him captured, and he was being tortured in a way that is like the White Room or the Room, or however they want to say it, where they break people. Except when they broke him, I think they took his divine spark to use as a battery, because they've used spirits before in that capacity as batteries. And now we have Yin and Yang, both halves of the Monkey King, and a divine spark that is on a technocratic ship surrounded by smaller technocratic like starfighters and a fully operational defense force on said ship.
I don't think that you understand the gravity of the situation, so I will attempt to explain. The divine spark, that innermost place, that quiet amid the storm, is gifted to each one of us so that we may do upon the world what we must in connection to our purview. If your postulation is indeed correct and they have stolen Sun Wukong's spark, they are essentially in control of the immense amount of belief and faith that millions upon millions of people place within him. It is not common here, However, he is a very popular and important figure where we come from. With such power at their disposal, I do not know what they could do.
Well, I believe that their original plan was to destroy everyone that was not like them and cleanse the mutations that they saw us to be, so that only pure humans in themselves existed on this spiritual plane.
Hmm. Hmm. So, Miss Ellsworth, he will say as he turns in his chair, looking at her leaning on his stick. What would you have me do?
I mean, if it's not too much to ask, if you do you know a way how we can restore him?
Who here knows how faith actually functions?
Raises his hand.
Raises his hand.
Raise hand.
Vince raises it first. How does it function?
Faith functions as it's more than belief. It's beyond. It's knowing and trusting that what you're believing in can do the impossible.
Exactly right. Faith is the blind adoration. It defies belief. It defies logic. It defies the tangible proof of the being leaping to the intangible. I don't know how to reclaim or to recreate a divine spark. No one does except for the august personage of Jade, and he has not allowed anyone to his throne room in a very long time. However, there is one person who might know the answer, and I am capable of taking you to them if you wish.
Yes, please. I guess. As she looks at the others, kind of like question mark.
Thumbs up.
Peter nods seriously.
To answer
Oh.
Krog's question, you went to the throne room of his servant who guarded his vault.
Oh yeah, that's right. The warlord.
Yep.
Yes, of course.
Before we go, I have an important question. Who knows the Monkey King's story?
I do.
Anyone else?
Raises his hand.
Peter reluctantly ends up shaking his head because he would rather know what he's walking into than pretend he knows what he's walking into when he doesn't.
I cannot take Monkey where it is we are or what are the pieces where we are going. However, he raises his hand and he clasps it. You will see both Yin and Yang spasm for a moment before they leap into the air, shrinking as they do before they land in the old man's palm. And you will see that they have formed into two beautiful gems, one of which is black and one of which is white, on necklaces. So, I will trust you. He will walk, leaning on his cane, first to Vince, and he will hold up the black stone.
Vince will take it.
His eyes will then scan over the room, and he will then, once again using his cane, walk over to Darcy and hold up the other one.
She'll just look. I'm not quite sure if I'm the right person to hold it.
He looks up at Lottie and he says, "Do you believe that I am mistaken in my choice?"
She's a good soul, and I think she needs a little bit of push. But if she's uncomfortable, well, maybe explain fully. I think she'd be more attuned to that.
Yin, Yang are not good and evil. They are not necessarily order and chaos. They are more so entropy and life. The end to the beginning. That which circles one another forever in the dance. I believe that you of this group epitomize one of the two.
I'm just I don't really think I'm worthy of such an honor. If you understand what I mean.
Then become worthy. Worthiness is not given. Worthiness is earned.
Take your future by the hand.
Okay. I'm sorry if I screwed up, people.
You didn't screw up. It's just that you're new, and it's okay to screw up.
He will put it in her hand. He will close her hand over with his. Come. I will do this outside as it will save on collateral damage.
We are going somewhere dangerous, yes?
No, and yes.
Would you hold on to someone very special to me?
I will do so.
And he pulls out of his big pea coat a little raggedy doll that he hands over.
Mm-hmm. He will hold his hand out and he will take the doll before he will place it in the folds of his robe, or actually one of his pocket sleeves.
Vince will look over to Darcy. How long has it been?
How long has what been?
How long have you been doing this magic?
I've not really that long, really. Hi. Sorry, I don't think we've met.
Vincent, I do grief counseling at the church.
I'm Darcy. It's a pleasure to meet you. It's really a big honor.
He kind of shrugs, but but I think I won't say it'll get easier. It never really does. But once you start confiding in people more and trusting your own gut, the leaps of faith seem less extraordinary and more probable.
I mean, it's not as much that I mean, I can do magic. I've done some magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that I kind of suck at everything else.
I mean,
I thought that you were a famous person who has helped lots of people learn how to do makeup to make themselves feel pretty and look pretty. I don't think that's just a little thing.
I mean, on hindsight, those may have been really bad videos.
Peter clears his throat and smiles, genuinely smiles, as he says, "All reality begins in your mind. If you think something, then you create that reality for yourself."
Oh boy, let's not get into that. But Darcy genuinely looks terrified at that.
The point is, he says, trying to sound reassuring, the old cliche about positive thinking is actually not that far from truth. You can do this. This gentleman who I don't know who he is, but he is more healthy than anyone I have ever seen. Clearly thinks that you are the best for this job. Trust him.
I just think that he has a wrong
Just do
impression
it
of
for him. Do it for yourself. Do it for your fans. Do it for everybody who believes in you. I believe in you.
Darcy's just gonna look at Lottie like, please help! People are scaring me right now.
Do we all believe in Darcy?
Peter nods emphatically.
I've seen her be very brave before, and I believe in her.
Can we not put that pressure on her? That'd be awesome.
Lottie's just gonna look at everybody and just kind of put her hands like, chill, chill, chill. Listen, if anything happens, we are here. Let's just follow through with the plan. Darcy, if you feel uncomfortable, let me know, and we'll have somebody else hold it, okay? Just try for a little bit, alright? Just a little
I feel
bit.
extremely uncomfortable right now. But she's
Baby
more
steps.
looking at everybody else than, at the stone that she's holding.
Baby steps, okay, Darcy? Okay,
Yeah.
you're just gonna hold it on and you're gonna give it back later, okay? It's just gonna be a few hours, alright? Not that long at all.
Okay.
Like a mani-pedi.
Considering the amazing pep talk that she has just gotten, Saskia, you know you can spend a willpower to overcome your derangement for a scene.
Okay.
If you want to.
Yes!
Okay.
I miss old Darcy.
As she does this, the crystal at her heart, or on her chest, because the chain roughly drops to just above where her heart would be, pulses with a white, clean light. All of you who had taken damage from the previous instance, it is immediately healed.
Yay!
Nice.
Yay.
Hey.
Yay.
What the fuck?
Way to go,
You guys
Darcy.
will see this white, pure energy rush out.
Whoa. The fuck?
Well, okay then.
That was much better.
I don't know what I did, but you, Vince, please don't do that, because if this was live, then I don't want you to do that thing with that your stone thing. That would be bad, right?
Yeah, that'd probably hurt a lot.
Okay. He kind of gives you the same look, likes that one, like, I.
Or Vince, use that when we are going up against technocrats so that it hurts them.
We'll see what
All
happens.
right. So, you guys will leave Agrabah via the stairs coming outside. At which point, you will see the old man leaning heavily on his stick makes his way down into a side alley. As you go to follow him, however, who here has spirit sight active?
I do.
Very much so.
As something lands behind you.
Turns to see.
Standing there, you will see a crimson suit
The
that
crimson
appears.
fucker.
Huh?
No.
You will see a crimson suit that appears to be a robotic carapace with long, elaborate mechanical wings from which spew some kind of light. If any of you have forced the sight up, it emits an anti-gravity field, allowing the thing to fly. And it is basically it is watching you currently rather intently.
Some Iron Man looking motherfucker is staring.
Look, it got a soul inside.
Yeah, it does. There's a person in there.
Let me look at my thing again. I don't want to die already.
Are they like at the mouth of the alleyway or are they across the street?
They are across the street from you.
Well, would it be to rip his soul out of his chest again, Evan? What difficulty?
What?
Based on the protection and the shield that thing has, impossible.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Shit.
You will see it is starting to raise its arm.
I'm gonna try and activate Spirit Sight as well on Darcy, because she really wants to see this thing.
Hey, Dragon Bro. Excuse me, sir. I think we might have company.
This is your fight, young one, not mine.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Did I pull a Spirit of Paradox out of the thing?
No!
What are you trying to do?
Try to make this guy, when he shoots one of us, like, take a whole bunch of Paradox. Or kill him, one of the two.
You know if you start summoning Paradox Spirits, what it would do to all y'all.
Oh,
Jesus.
Only
Yeah,
when
like-
we cast magic.
You would be cast. Okay.
Yes, I would
Let's-
get cosmically bitch slapped, and so would he.
And the people
everybody in
around you.
and everybody in a 50 block radius.
So would you guys like to enter initiative rounds now?
Yes.
yes.
I'm
Jesus.
just trying to see this thing first.
Okay, I'll let you roll your to see thing first.
Well, I mean, I got one success, but since it's so slow.
As I said, if it's going to be that slow, just roll on your own dice rollers. I trust you guys not to be douchebags. I don't really mind.
You mind if we're
I'm
douchebags?
another dice roller, but
We could use rolls. If it's like
Yeah, we have a roll through. If people want to roll on the roll turn, they can roll the roll turn.
That's what I've been doing.
someone can give me the link. That'd be great.
It's in the side chat.
Awesome. I love you. Sort of. Platonic, of course. You know, friendly friendship
I mean-
matter.
Somebody was trying to get us super killed. Maybe don't love him.
Oh shit.
I mean, I love him for not actually making the attempt and just asking for the difficulty.
I don't love him for the idea. I don't love him for the idea.
More girls, you're both pretty.
Question, Evan. How do you set nicknames so I don't confuse myself?
It's /Nick space name. Or it's just / Nick in the name. I can't remember.
Oh, we'll find out soon.
Can someone roll for me because I'm on my phone? Anthony?
Got you, baby.
Alright, send you her wit stacks.
Got you.
Oh, great. Well, I'm definitely lost. Whoa, 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 whoa. What am I doing? For fuck's sake.
Alright, so I'll do Maya first. Okay.
Oh, that was a terrible roll considering it was a +9. Fuck me. Okay.
I mean, if this is a chance just to fuck him up, thank you, Evan. Thank you.
How do you do rolls in this thing again?
You
Hashtag
can
roll.
just tap the. I was gonna say, or you can just tap the one that's directly above you. But yeah, it's just it's hashtag 1D.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hashtag 1D. What's that? Maya, you're going on 11?
Sweet.
Mm,
I'm 15.
okay. Right, Vince, you're gonna go first. And I've got an odd suspicion what's about to happen.
I pop my trinket and I do 20 health levels to one of the things.
Ouch.
I need to see if this poor mofo can soak any of that. Give me a second. He has an impressive amount of soak, but I don't know, man.
Dice
shit.
gods can be bitches.
I was going to say that was entirely wrong roll. My apologies.
I feel so safe now that Anthony's here.
Oh,
Makes me
Like
feel
you should.
warm and glowy.
Because Anthony
inside.
knows his shit.
3, 4, 5. He soaked 5 of it, so he just takes 50. Basically, Anthony blows a hole the size of your fist through his chest.
Ouch.
It's
Noise.
you basically see you basically see it drop to one knee as blood just starts to pour from the wound that literally looks like it's been impacted by the fist of an angry deity before it slumps onto the ground dead. We're out of initiative. Well, fuck me. Okay, it's gonna be like that then. Okay.
And you'll look to Darcy and say, "See, look, Faith."
Peter looks genuinely pleased with that and nods approvingly.
Darcy,
Yeah, I
just,
feel like I don't need to be here anymore. Shit.
Darcy just takes a step away from Vince and looks like kind of stares at what just happened. Like, "Ah."
Efficiency, Peter says with a smile. I like it.
As you venture down into the alleyway, for the record, you will see the fact that Dragon Bro spins around on the spot 3 times, losing his need for the cane, or if he ever had one, before his body will elongate in the blink of an eye until standing before you, roughly you would say about 40 feet long, is a traditional Asian-style lung dragon, wreathed in thunder and lightning.
Dragon Bro.
See, you don't need efficiency when you have very powerful friends.
Dragon bro. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
He lays down flat.
Also,
on
just
his
like a
stomach.
Loki. Sorry.
He lays down flat on his stomach and holds out one of his arms so you can kind of clamber up onto his back.
Yep, climbing.
Yep.
And thus it was the entirety of my mage venue had a Falcor moment. It's fine.
Yay!
So there's someone. If we're gonna do this Falcor thing, can we like swoop down and scare some people?
No.
What? No.
We should do real Falcor things up
No,
here.
no. You're not allowed to give suggestions, please. The paradox will kill us all. Unless we can sacrifice you to the paradox, don't.
Oh my god.
That was kind of the thought, but you know. Then someone hit him for 15 health levels.
And no
Fuck.
paradox
Hey,
needed.
Welcome to how mage smart.
Thank you, Anthony,
I mean,
for schooling us all.
What are you talking about, Maya? You're stronger than I am. You
All
just
right.
haven't been using your spheres.
So the dragon will take a bounding leap forward. Can everyone please make me a strength athletics check to hold on?
Sure. What's my athletics?
This is not the roll to fail,
Oh
people.
no.
That's 7 dice. What's the difficulty of them?
The difficulty for this one is going to be standard 6.
I have a feeling I'm gonna fly for real, but oh boy, we'll see.
Alright.
I botch.
I'm just gonna send you,
Not the worst.
Anthony. I'm gonna let you know.
Alright, so
Jesus.
how much are you rolling, Bip?
5, I think. Let me
1, 2,
see.
3,
5?
4 successes. I ride that dragon like a mofo.
I got a 10 and a 9. Yay! I'm holding on.
Maya, you got 1.
Can't do shit.
Sweet.
Hmm.
She's just holding on. She's so excited and she's got so much adrenaline. But she's also just like, oh, hello, apple pie. I feel you coming up again.
I botched really bad.
Oh my! You don't botch.
Yes.
Lex. If
You
you have
fail.
a success, you don't botch, but you fail.
Oh yeah, I failed then.
No one
Fail.
botched. Everybody just failed.
Fail.
Ultimate fucking masters of the fucking universe fall off a fucking.
Nobody bought, so we're not like curdling to our death, but like
Oh, there's this like
just uncomfortable.
like nearby,
Seriously?
25 feet.
Oh,
away.
yeah.
Okay,
Darcy,
those of
hold
you
on.
who failed, make me a stamina check, difficulty 8.
1 mic, guys, please.
But Lottie, you held on, right? I thought it was.
Lottie,
Yeah,
hold on.
1 success. I have 1 success.
Like, The girls are hanging on.
Like, we got this. We're fine.
yeah.
Our breakfast may be repeating a little bit, but we're good. We're just gonna shut it down, like our emotions.
Mhm.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I botched that.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, that's not fair. Why did you not use a willpower? Some bitch.
Eh. I give Evan treats once in a while. Jeez,
Or after you annihilate my plot, yeah. pretty much.
Jesus, Anthony, we need you alive at least.
So yeah, those of you who failed, make me a stamina check. It'll be difficulty 7.
Make another one.
Oh no, you've already made it.
Yeah.
Those of you who pass, congratulations, you don't vomit your guts up. Those of you who fail, well, needless to say, you're gonna take 2 unsoakable bashing, as when you hit the ground, everything in you is now no longer in you.
What if you botched?
Oh,
He botched for real this time.
I botched for real.
You botched for real. As the dragon hurtles through the air, you will lose consciousness and slip from its back.
That's
I
fine.
recommend somebody do something real clever, real quick.
Can we try and grab him? Let's try and grab him.
Can I do a grab?
All right. If 2 people,
Girls are gonna try and grab him.
The girls will grab him.
You may do a strength athletics check, difficulty 8, requiring a joint amount of successes equal to 4.
Can I help, or am I not in a position to do so?
Can I spend willpower?
They are the two who declared first.
Okay,
Can we spend willpower?
Yes, you may.
Okay.
All right, Anthony, roll that dice.
I have 2 successes. I have half of it.
All right, I'm burning a willpower, so I at least have 1 success. Anthony, please roll. So I
just need.
How much am I rolling for you, honey? What's your strength and athletics?
I thought she. Strength athletics.
Yeah.
That was 5, right? Wasn't it, Maya?
Wasn't it? I thought that was her dex.
Oh, she left. Fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I should be back in a moment. I'll get the statistics.
I think it's 5. But
if it was the same as the previous roll, because I thought it was also strength athletics, then it's 5.
Yeah, then it's 5. All right. I'll take your word for it. What was the difficulty?
8. Really?
Please tell me I saved him.
For him. You shouldn't roll for her.
Nah, you botched that one actually.
Son of a bitch. 1 success.
Guess who else?
Oh no, I'm wrong. 1 success, 3. Totally wrong.
Like I burned a willpower before Hangouts ousted me. I was just like, I burned a willpower.
Yeah.
So it's 3.
But that's 3. Can we roll again?
What happens is Vince slips from the back of the dragon. You're not able to completely grab him. So basically, Darcy is left hanging on for dear life as she has one of his arms and all of his body weight to support.
Oh, no. Can I grab Darcy?
Yeah, I was about to say, can I hold her up?
I have strength 5. I should be able to just hold on to her.
Wow, okay, shit.
You guys didn't even manage to hold on to yourselves.
What?
I did like a mopro.
I just vomited. It's all right.
I clung to that shit.
Yeah. So if you got right, so in order to keep Darcy from slipping over the side with Vince, you're going to need to make me a strength athletics roll. 2 of you can make the roll with difficulty 8, and you will require between 2 people. You require a total of 5 successes.
I'm going to go ahead and spend a willpower on this. Yeah, sure.
Just a sec. Need to make sure there and there. There we go. Rolling that shit.
Actually,
2 successes.
I get 1, 2, 3 successes from what I can see.
It's
wait, div 8. Then I get 1 success.
Evan.
So that's 3.
Yes.
Can I hurl Vince at them? Because Darcy still has that overconfident flaw. She's pretty sure she can climb up again, but Vince isn't. So she can just hurl Vince into their general direction. So
No, don't do that.
Wait.
But if you fuck this up, Vince will fall.
Oh no.
Beanbag!
Do it, Dad. Do it for the love.
No, let's not.
Fine, I'll do it.
Jesus,
All right,
why?
so roll me your strength athletics. You require a threshold of 3 successes.
Why?
I
He's
can't
literally
understand what you're saying right now, Evan.
You will require, okay, hang on, guys. Let me give a ruling. Thank you. You will require a threshold of 3 successes, a difficulty 7 to yeet Vince up.
Oof, boy, that's a lot.
Yeet.
Don't watch it. This is going to get really tragic really quick.
Guys, we fucking need Vince. Why?
I mean, I'm planning to save Vince rather, like to try and get him into their grasp instead of myself. So
Lottie's right behind you. Can I do another roll to grab him?
Oh, hang on, guys. Thank you. Let the rolls resolve. Thank you. Then we
okay.
will think about the next step. Thank you.
I will spend another willpower on this. Just trying to see if there's any way that something can help me. But I really don't have much. So it's willpower. That's all I have. And 4 dice for this. Oh wait, I'm doing it wrong. Sorry. 4. You said difficulty 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I spend the willpower. I have a 7 and a 9 and 2 2s. I make it.
Yeah, you managed to successfully yeet Vince back up onto the dragon.
Phew. Okay, this is fine now.
Stop giving me heart attacks, Oscar. Bro.
Oh.
Just sit here like, okay, so what am I gonna play next? So okay.
Don't worry, I got you, bro. Darcy's just kind of holding on to the sidelines at this point.
Wow.
Ahead of you, you guys will see a bright light, but it is far too early to be dawn. But you seem to be heading into it.
Kind of holding on to the dragon's leg by now, I guess.
Pretty much.
Okay.
You were all of a sudden struck by the smell of flowers that seem to circle all around you. You will see that coming out of the distance, a beautiful mountain ahead of you that seems to taunt the heavens because it is surrounded by clouds and mist. The dragon will circle around the mountain once, twice, before he would eventually swoop down and land amid the verdant vegetation and lush foliage. You are, as I said, immediately struck by the smell of sweet flowers that seems to be so welcoming. It seems to say, come hither, stay forever, here where you are safe, here where you are loved. And wafting over all of that, you will hear this music. I put the link to the YouTube in the description.
I think Darcy's just gonna fall off the dragon's leg and just lay down on the ground like, oh my god, my arms hurt so much.
Strangely enough, they don't. There's no pain here.
Ah, that's even better.
Do
Oh,
I
it's
wake
flute.
up?
Hmm?
Do I wake up?
Yes, you do.
What happened?
You wake up, you tasted a lot of vomit. Life kind of sucks. Why? Yeah,
Can I
as
do
I said,
like a life 2 rote to make him feel better?
You don't feel any pain here whatsoever. From out surrounding you, you will eventually see many pairs of eyes looking down at you, some of which are on the ground level where you are, and others are above you, as still that sweet music plays on. The dragon himself will revert back to his elderly form, leaning on his cane, and he will say, I wonder, do any of you know where you are?
I have lore. Can I take a stab at it?
Not really. It would be intelligence. No, you've no real way of knowing where you are here. It could be anywhere.
Shangri-La?
No.
Is this a sacred place?
I will.
He looks at David, and he what was he looks? It's Paddy, isn't that? That's the name of your character. Yes.
Patrick, yep.
Yeah. He looks at Patrick, and he kind of contemplates that for a second, and he says, "Both yes and no." It is sacred because of what it is sacred because of what it is, not because it is a place of worship. Does that make sense?
It does.
Um, Lottie, you will turn around and you will see seated directly behind you a small monkey who is just looking up at you.
Tilt said, "Hello."
Wait a second.
Oh,
The Monkey King starts his journey by becoming king of the monkeys.
she'll step
No.
forward towards the monkey.
It kind of hops up in an attempt for to basically it kind of climbs Lottie very quickly.
She is a-okay with it.
Aww.
It will sit
Hey,
on her
buddy.
shoulder.
Do you want a goji berry? I have some trail mix.
Hmm.
She always has food.
It's fine. We just expect this. Though the old man will point to a large pagoda that is erected at the top of the hill that you're currently standing on, and he will say, "You may be able to find answers in there from someone's old friend. I will wait here."
March straight up there, I guess.
Thank
The
you for your
music.
help.
Hmm?
Thank you for your help.
You're very welcome. The music seems to be coming from there, for the record.
See you soon. And Darcy will skip. She will literally skip towards the.
For the record, Darcy, here you feel like yourself again. Not like you spent the willpower to battle off a drain, but like you're genuinely whole. The same with anyone else who has a derangement. You feel yourself here.
That's startling and scary.
When you enter the pagoda, it is not that large a space. It's only about 25 feet by about 15 feet. And it's open on all sides to the air, so you can see the expanse of clouds that spread out for what seems to be forever all around you. And there is a single figure who is seated at the center of the pagoda who has a flute pressed to their lips and is playing. They are dressed in very plain robes, very plain yellow robes. Their long black hair cascades over their back in a tight ponytail.
Do these people strike a chord?
Not really. He's wearing a pair of jade prayer beads.
Interesting.
He will stop when he hears you enter, and he will turn very slowly, and he will look at you with piercing, bright blue eyes, and he will smile, and he will say, "Ah, I was not expecting company. Please, step inside, won't you?
I'll
I
bow.
thank you." No, he looks at Darcy. "I thank you for the gift of your dance. It has done me much honor."
Oh. Okay, you're welcome. Your music is quite cool.
Thank you.
Thumbs up from Lottie for the cool music. She needs to learn how to play a fucking instrument.
Please, as I said, step inside. May I offer tea?
Sure, why not? Tea's good.
Thank you.
Do you need
If
help?
it is,
No. As he says that, you will see dozens of monkeys spring in over the sides of the pagoda who bring tiny little tables and plates and dishes and cups and pots filled with sweet fruit flavored tea.
question, Evan.
Mhm.
The monkey that's with Lottie, does he look like them?
Yeah. He looks
That's
exactly like them. Well, there are many different types of monkeys. Like, they're not just small monkeys. You see larger primates as well. But
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's not like there's just one species here.
Alright, I wasn't too sure about that. Looks over to him. Be like, these your peeps? No? Yes? Do you want another goji berry? I'll give you another goji berry.
He will happily eat the berry. I'm curious. Why is it that you have come?
to help the Monkey King.
Oh dear.
Yeah, he's kind of split in two.
He's
Sun
lost
will
his
come.
divinity.
I'm
Sun will
not-
Khan run afoul of some technocrats.
Wait, did you just say he lost his virginity?
Divinity.
Oh, sorry.
It's almost the same thing.
Not quite.
No, not at all.
Darcy just looks confused at that. Pretty sure it's not, but hey.
Listen, we're sorry your sexual education class failed you, but no.
I mean, if it wasn't divine, then it wasn't worth it.
No.
Leaving that the
No.
fuck alone.
Oh, yeah, there.
Not even touching that.
No.
Anyway, seriously, he will
Exactly.
look down, he will sigh, and he will say, "Is that why the story is ending, and why it is that the journey is forgotten, or being forgotten?"
We're about to go on the journey again, I think.
No, that journey is done. But
No, we're just here to help, to ask if you know a way how we can fix this.
do I know? I do know many things. I do know many things. Wisdom is something that time grants you.
Oh dear.
What?
No, nothing.
So you said
Oh,
that.
right.
So you said that journeys ended. Could there be a newer journey to go through?
I beg your pardon?
Maybe it's time for the Monkey King to go through a new journey.
Perhaps. That's not a bad idea. But what were you going to say? Sorry, Saskia?
No, nothing. Darcy just kind of bursted out. How old are you?
I am quite old.
Hmm.
But I was given a gift by the august personage for my services, and so here I still remain.
Pretty sweet.
You don't know who I am, do you?
Are you one of the
No.
7 immortals? 7 immortal monks or something?
In a manner of speaking. Where are my manners? He will bow very, very deeply. My name is Tripitaka.
Does that
Does
name
Lana
ring
know
a bell
this
to
guy?
anyone? Anyone?
Does the name out of character? Do you know who that is?
No.
Was that the
trying to-
master of Wukong?
Tripitaka was the monk who was sent to the West to bring back the teachings of Buddha, and is actually the main hero of Journey to the West.
Yeah. Wait a second. That means he's. Ooh.
Oh, that's like hold long. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah,
What was
you're like
So-
very
sorry, what was-
famous.
Hang on, what was that, Anthony?
I was saying, I'd like to find out things as I go along. Like,
That's fine. This story is for the record, for those of you who don't know, Evan really likes Journey to the West. It's probably his favorite classical novel, so you will learn a lot of things.
that's awesome. Entertain me, Evan. I'm ready.
Hello, sir. I'm Darcy.
It is very nice to meet you, Darcy.
Yes, it is.
Oh, are you the same person? Turns around like.
Wow. At that, Peter just his head jolts and stares.
He stands up and he walks over. You don't hear his feet moving across the floor, but he does move. He puts a hand on Darcy's forehead, and he closes his eyes for a moment. He says, I see. A good deed done in selflessness is never a burden. It is more so the path that would lead us down to a harmonious conclusion.
That is so much wisdom that I have no idea what you were talking about.
Then I am clearly doing my job as a Buddhist mystic correctly.
10 out of 10 would mystify again.
I'm going to give you an extra XP because that line is actually amazing.
Gosh.
I understand. Kind of.
10 out of 10 would mystify again. Somebody put that in the quote thread immediately. He will. No, he'll look down at Darcy and he'll say, "You don't know the potential it is simply to be you. But I think that eventually you'll see what's been lost. And you'll rediscover it."
I mean, I think I can do a lot of awesome stuff, but I mean, I can't look in the future, so I don't know. But maybe I can. I don't know.
So, you want me to tell you what? How to regain the Monkey King's spark?
Nods
Yes.
enthusiastically.
Peter
We
nods.
would like that very much, but yeah. What can we do for you? You know?
He is my story, as I am his. We are linked in that way.
So when his legend dies, yours fades.
Yes.
So if we help him, we help you.
He brought me safely into the West. We defeated demons, monsters, darkness, and ignorance, and brought back the teachings of the great Lord Buddha to China. He was the hero the people needed, and I was the wisdom that they gained. And so it was, there was peace. But now, no more. You ask how you can rekindle his spark, and the answer is that there is only one being who can do it. So in order for this to happen, you will need to make a request to the august personage of Jade.
Okay.
How does
Is it-
one make such a request?
That, yes.
Is it right for some of us to make the request as we follow different how to just put it, different aspects?
Allow me to clarify something. He raises his hand and he draws a cross in the air, like a Judo-Christian cross.
Mhm.
He then raises his hand and he draws a crescent moon.
Mm.
These appear in like fire from his fingertips. He moves them aside. He then draws a Taoist symbol. He moves it to the side. He then draws a figure. He then draws the figure of Omega in Greek, and he moves it to the side until the room itself is filled with dancing, spiraling, flaming sigils of various different religions. And he will say, "What do they all have in common?"
They all believe in the greater God.
Devotion, Peter says, after having thought about it for a moment.
They are parts of the same whole.
You see, at the core, there is always he, be he singular or be he one of many. The Greeks called him Zeus, the Norse called him Odin. We call him the august personage of Jade. They are all the same. To you, he would be the Godhead, I believe is what the lower referred to him as. But to the august personage of Jade, they are all the same being, merely wearing different masks. The other gods of the pantheons, yes, became beings made entirely of the faith of man, such as myself, or what I am now. So, it is essentially a matter of understanding that all faith is one, not necessarily a disparate matter. Do you understand?
I understand what you're saying, but that statement like rewrites a lot of history and religion. He smiles like
Just kind of points at what he said, nodding along.
That is because people needed to build walls. We never did. People needed to feel as though they were superior. We never desired that. People needed to feel as though their way of life could eclipse others, when in all honesty they could have lived in harmony. These were choices made, distinctions drawn. You were given the gift of free will for a reason, so that you could inherently be free.
No,
But,
Preach.
Hmm?
Preach.
but you asked if it was possible. The answer is yes.
Oh.
However, it is not easy. The august personage of Jade has not had his throne room doors opened to receive a visitation in many centuries. That is not necessarily to say it is impossible. 4 tasks will need to be completed. The task of the body, the task of the mind, the task of the soul, and the task of the unity.
Oh boy. Well, bring it. We're just
Is
gonna
that-
kick the shit out of these tasks, right, guys?
yes.
See, that's the attitude.
Alright, looks to Darcy again. Who are you again? Like,
For the record, this is the mountain of fruit and flowers, where there is no pain, there is no suffering, because I do not allow it. There is only joy, happiness, and the ability for one to always be themselves.
You know what? If I ever get strong enough, I'll make a place like this.
So is there like an equal place, but where people only experience sorrow?
There's hell. Or hells.
There are 10,000 of them, to be exact. So, I don't know. But you wish to take on these challenges. The body,
Yes.
the mind, the soul, and unity.
That is our will.
Very well. Then it shall be so. He will raise a hand, and you will see a dove materialize, basically as if the wind itself spun it into being. Before he will hold it in his hand for a moment and whisper something in its ear, and let it fly off into the nothingness in front of him. And he will say, "The challenge has been issued. When it is time, the adjudicators of each task will approach you, and they will make it clear that the time for your challenge has come."
Is it actually something that we do all together, or is it...
Yes,
Okay. That's good.
you have thrown in the lot of you and anyone else whom the test deems to be necessary for the completion of itself. They're rather omnipresent in that manner.
How many
Okay.
tests will there be?
Beg your pardon?
Just out of character, how many tests will there be? Did they mention? Because
4.
my headphones, 4, okay. Cool, because my headphones had an issue.
The test of body, the test of mind, the test of spirit, and the test of unity.
Evan, what kind of spirits are kind of like hanging around right now?
Everything here is a spirit.
Excellent. Is my spirit mentor around?
What is your spirit mentor again?
The son of Ogwe?
No, God, no, not here. Mm-mm.
I didn't think so. That bastard's never around.
It's almost like he's a lowest spirit and tends to hang out a lot in, the southern United States.
Or, hangs out, with pirates and oceans and stuff.
Yes. So, you've been set upon your task. We will see if you can complete it. I have faith in you, if it helps.
I have to. We're gonna rock this. Right, guys?
We definitely will, Darcy. We definitely will.
Yay!
Do not be afraid. He keeps his hand on Darcy's face as he looks down. He says, "No matter how dark the night, there will always be a dawn." He walks to Lottie and he puts his hand basically to her face and he will say, "No matter how far away those you love, keeping them in your heart means that they are only a thought away." He will then walk to Vince and he will say, "A story never ends when the book is closed, provided one possesses the will to write again." He will then go to Maximilian and he will say, "Just because something cannot be seen, cannot be touched, does not mean it is any less real than those things that can." To Peter, he will say, "Always know that when it is that violence must occur, it must be done in the certainty that all other routes have been exhausted. The ability to hurt is never as important as the ability to heal."
Peter.
And last but not least, he will walk to Patrick and he will say, "When one places one's faith in something greater than they are, it is equally as important to have faith within oneself." I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a GM hint here. You might want to write those down. They might be important.
Writing it down.
Can I
because I was not paying attention anymore.
Yeah, I'm gonna need the exact wording again because sometimes exact wordings are important.
How about I send you all the exact? How about I send them all to you?
Yes, that would be awesome, man.
Thank you. You kind of was in some sort of a lost in thoughts. Let's keep it at that.
It's okay.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah, I was about to say it's 3 a.m. here, so I think we can be excused a little bit.
We'll be finishing up soon. All right. So now that you've been given your wisdom by Tripitaka and you've been set upon your tasks, many possibilities lie before you, and who knows, maybe you might even be able to make what was shattered whole again, to fix the Monkey King. And with that, we will end our scene. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening.